Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Europa Universalis 4 with me, Alfapiomega, and Denmark in the Meiou and Taxes total conversion mod. So today we start with the good news of our stability increasing to +1. This is a welcoming news. We also have the ability to invest into a new idea, the naval idea, press gangs, which will lower our naval maintenance. So let's do it. We'll invest in it now. It's also the last of the naval ideas, and so we can start storing our military power towards the advances of army. So the cost will be 260. Press gangs. Life at sea is hard and unforgiving, and not everyone is keen on a career in the Navy. By visualizing the impressment of men of seafaring habits, it will be easier to crew our ships, speeding up the process of commissioning ships. Naval maintenance by -5% modified. Cool, yeah, it's actually that point 11 that I was talking about, so that is nice. Now, our ships are still being upgraded or repaired in Skåne, so that's a good sight. We have 115 gold, and I'm considering what would be more likely for our queen to actually get our 4 ships, the last remaining carriers, to the port and upgrade them with this gold or something else. I'm not entirely sure. I'm thinking about what industrious can mean in this case. I'll spend more on buildings, yeah. But we need to upgrade the navy. That's something that we just have to do. So let's... These 3 ships, the one that's being built in Sealand and the 2 in Skåne will go. Oh! Häcken became cruel. Okay, nation unrest increased, stability increased in travel and Europe prestige. Poor baby. We can introduce him. Oh, that will give us 5 prestige, increases claim, but we lose a bit gold and diplomatic power. What's his? His claim is strong. Let's actually do it. We are in a court. We're an educated nation, so let's do it. I don't think we actually do need to do it, but we'll introduce him. He's slightly worse than his mother, but he's still very good. Just don't like the cruel trait. That one is a bit iffy in my eyes. You never know what's gonna come up of that. So that means we can no longer upgrade all of the ships, but we can upgrade 2 of them. So I'm gonna actually do that right next. I'm gonna get rid of these 2 and that 1. And we're gonna send in 2 more ships from here. So be gone, fleet. It's gonna take a bit longer to finish this, but hey, it has to be done. I mean, what kind of a nation are we if we can't, bring in the resources that we need? Yep, that's the thing I'm using to say that. So you can see the 2 fully repaired caravels going to protect the trade in the North Sea, while 2 other ships are now being refitted in the Skåne ports and 1 extra is being built. Life is good to us. Anyway, we can now invest in a new idea, culture ideas, educated court. So, educated court. Our court is well known to favor the arts and sciences. As such, the talented are drawn to us merely for the opportunity to associate with their peers. These pleasant working conditions allow us to employ the talented for slightly less than other, less enlightened nations. So we get an extra possibility for an advisor, and we pay slightly less for advisors, which is pretty good. Unfortunately, we don't really have any good advisors available. I would like to get some, but still get the Iberian wedding. Are they going to... I'm wondering, are they going to swallow up Aragon? I should have checked the modifiers. Would have known slightly more about that. Also, gold is good. The 2 extra ships, the 2 extra old crayers that we have up there will be in the next phase of upgrade, and then we can just move on to a different project. But I'm happy to say that in the North Sea we have 40% of trade, which gives us a pretty good amount of things. I'd really like to get my subjects integrated so that we can get even more, because all of Norway, for example, is in the same North Sea region, and out of these provinces we could get a decent amount, especially from Bergen and from the capital Akershus. I think these have really nice amount of trade power. Well, not so good, but still better than what we have. I just noticed one thing. We can establish the Øresundtoll because we have finished the naval and trade ideas. The Øresundtoll is a toll for the ships passing through our territory, and it is a yearly bonus to our budget. I'm not entirely sure how much we will get at this point, but I know that someone was saying you get like 30 extra gold per year, so that would be very good for us. I also don't know when you get it, if via event or if it boosts your trade, but I know things like these from other games. For example, Turkish Empire has something like this, the jizya tax, which is a tax from the head of non-believers. So let's see how that goes. Also, I noticed what kind of a dumb thing I said by saying that it's better than what we have. That's nonsense. It would be better to have it than not have it, is what I meant. Because some of our provinces, like our capital, have really high trade power, and so does Zeeland, which is our second biggest city. The population in our capital, by the way, is increasing quite rapidly. We are at development 20, which is a decent amount. So anything we build here will be well received. But still, you know, at this point it's a waste, so I'm happy that I'm just upgrading the ships. You guys are going. You guys are going. You guys are repairing. You guys are repairing. And I think the next ship will be the last one for a long time because of the sailors. If we build another one and then another one, we will get like 2 sailors per month. And here it is, Øresundstolden. It's actually Øresundstolden. The Øresundstolden is a toll on the use of the sound. Any foreign ships sailing to, from, or just past Denmark Island are now supposed to stop in Helsingør and pay a tax. Refusing to comply will lead to the ship being confiscated or something. Hey, 26 gold! That is pretty nice. That will actually allow us to get the 2 ships and that extra ship up immediately, and then not deal with it in the future. Okay, we got a new pope. Guys, chill. We got the last 2 crayers right here. The rest is Caravals and Latina Celt. Caravals. So you guys go protect trade in the North Sea. And you 2 will go and dock in Skåne. We actually can invest in the new technology. Veiled criticism. Okay. Veiled criticism. As scholars began to read texts written by heretics and heathens, they began to question the church. But when laws were religious, it was against the law to question faith. The solution was to question and criticize indirectly, such as by imagining a fantastic land and made-up characters. Readers could read between the lines easily, though, leading to discussions about reforming the church. Is this another state? Police brotherhoods. Okay, you guys are now ready to be upgraded, so let's upgrade you. Oh, and that extra ship will be finished very soon, so we can just commission it here immediately. So yeah, things are looking very good for Denmark. We're lowering the corruption massively, and despite that we're having nearly 5 gold extra per month, which is good. So Seir, go out and protect our trade, and these 4 ships will follow. Yeah, we're doing pretty decent. I'm happy. I'm really happy. One thing that I can now do is revoke a privilege from the greater nobles. That's one thing that I was speaking about before. I can offer them 2 favors. I can either present them with a magnificent gift or offer low-level cabinet seats. Actually, I think we're going to present them with magnificent gift because the low-level cabinet seats would increase the corruption, and I'm very happy with it where it is right now. So let's present them with a magnificent gift that will take away our gold. But on the other hand, we are getting quite a lot now that most of our ships are already on the way, and I've lowered slightly the rooting out corruption. And let's just hope that they won't be little whiny bitches about us stopping to issue extra high courtier titles. I expect them to be super whiny about this. Hopefully it won't hit our stability too badly. We're not doing great as far as increasing stability goes though, so I'm actually considering adding some new decisions regarding this. The minor state reform would give us a 15% boost, which at this point would really be kinda pretty well seen. So come on, high courtiers or high greater nobles. Greater nobles upset about the reform. Fuck! Okay, well, but we lost only 1 stability. That's good. It wasn't 2. 2 would be way worse. And Wismar's unrest is very low now, so we will soon be able to core it. Not so much with Stralsund, where it's taking forever. 2nd of December 2nd of December 1474. This is a bigger province. One thing I'm actually thinking is that our industrious queen could upgrade the road network in Sievan. That would give us a decent boost to urban gravity here. Was checking it out, and we don't have enough manpower though. We'll need around 16,000 to do it, but there's urban wealth that can be contributed, and rural wealth can't really be contributed. We need 110. But if we got a bit more manpower, we could do it, but it would eat up all of our manpower, literally every single last bit. You guys are doing pretty good. How much am I gonna gain? 0.15. Nice. Well, but the revoking of privileges here will serve us good because they won't increase in power and will no longer like threaten us. Because look at that, they have 23 influence. And they got only, I think, 3 provinces? Yeah, only 3 provinces. The burghers have our 2 richest provinces, and they got only 4 power. Lesser nobles got everything else, and they got 13. But they're very, very nicely pacified. So let's actually give them another gift. We'll keep them at 80, and I think that is all we need of them. That will give us a decent support if we need something. Political support, advisor cost, officer core. We don't really need any of that, but you know, in the times of great strife, for example, if someone invades us, they will be invaluable. Here it's going to be much, much trickier. The burghers, I think, are actually done for. What about you still? Hey, wait, can't we? Can't I core you? Why not? What the hell? Do you still have like 0.001? No. Wait, what? That's Wagner. No. Oh, okay. That's why I was looking at the wrong one. You actually do have 0.1. We can now finish the culture ideas by getting the open mind idea, which is awesome. So we got open mind. New concepts do not frighten us as they do lesser nations. Therefore, we are willing to adopt improvements more swiftly. Institution embracement cost lowered by 10%. And we get the bonus effect, which is Euro prestige increased by 0.1 and prestige decay lowered by 0.5%. Which I think in the end will play a massive role. The decay, yeah, fully cultural, cultured. I think that's gonna make it better for us. I'm kind of confused why we still can't core Wismar, because now the unrest is gone. We have the fairly quick communication, but I still cannot core it. It's telling me that you cannot core a province while it has unrest or martial law modifier. It has none. It has unlawful territory though, until June 1475 for some reason. But we got that on Stralsund as well, and we don't have a problem of coring it there. I thought I might not have enough administrative power, but that's not it. So I really don't know what the problem is there. They will remove the OE penalty from the province and lower autonomy. That's weird. On the other hand, our income is now jumping between 6.58 and 7 depending on the trade. Our corruption is very low. And the only thing that I miss is the stability, but on the other hand, things are pretty good. I was playing with the idea of demanding improved serf condition from the greater nobles, which would give us population increased by 3%. Population increased by 3%, but on the other hand, I don't want to do anything. We really need to increase our relations with the greater nobles for future encounters. So I will just keep it like it is, and we can now save the money. As far as sailors go, you can see that we are wow, we are actually losing sailors right now. Shit, it's not good. 57 sailors. Let's hope our population will grow, especially in our capital. We have the possibility for that, but it wasn't like that. It was 55 and 54. Crap. We can now get military technology level 18, pike squares. So let's get it. Pike squares. Pike squares were a reaction against cavalry charges, allowing infantry to protect themselves against them. The long pikes allowed 3 or more ranks of men to attack an enemy horseman before he reached their lines. Faced with a wall of spears, only a foolhardy horseman would willingly charge into their ranks. Land morale increased by 0.1, combat width increased by 2, infantry shock increased by 0.25, and artillery shock increased by 0.04. I actually don't know what our allowed width is. Can we see it here somewhere? Yeah, 14. Wow, it's actually massive. We could get 2 extra units of infantry or cavalry or artillery, but for now I refrain from doing that. We're actually increasing our manpower slowly, which is pretty good. I'm happy about that. And we are almost done with coring the Stralsund province. It will be done in half a year. We're also coring, finally, Wismar. It will be done in, 9 years. But yeah, no one's going to take it away from us then. Pretty sure. The population in Wismar actually increased slightly, I believe, so it might be a good idea to upgrade this province later on, building some marketplaces, trade wharf, maybe even a warehouse, building a cathedral, fort, and stuff like that, because it's a pretty valuable province, I have to say. Too bad it's Vendish, which is an unaccepted culture. We haven't checked the population data here. Okay, they're almost done converting to Danish, which is pretty nice. Other than that, we are actually really doing good on gold. We're getting 7.26, but the increase isn't really coming from some economic changes I've done. It's because our advisor has died, and we don't really have a good one right now. I considered getting some, but as far as technology go, we are now more interested in pure gold, I think. So I'll let the things just increase for a while. We're gonna get the administered technology level 17 soon, and I'll have to decide whether or not we're gonna go with the warehouse or the trade wharf. I'm actually thinking the trade wharf would benefit us more. It would give us another 15% trade power, 1 extra urban gravity, 20% urban gravity modifier, slightly increased naval force limit, but a supply limit increased by 15%. This is important because Sealand is our second biggest city, or contains our second biggest city, but it's far above the urban gravity. So we need to do something there, because for example in Skene it's increasing, there's urban gravity higher. In our capital it's increasing, the urban gravity is higher, but Sealand is the only one that's not increasing, so I would like to boost it. We're actually expanding from the middle of our capital to Sealand, Skene. I'm not sure if we're gonna do anything with Lauland, but Wismar is the next good candidate, and I was thinking about Fiun as well, because that's a pretty good province with pretty good cheap things. So we could, for example, build a communal hall here, which would boost the urban gravity slightly, but we would have to see. Now the question is about Sealand, nothing else. Other than that, I'm actually pretty happy with everything. It's just doing its thing. I'm trying not to do any rash decisions. Haakon is now 20, our queen is 52. State is doing good, greater nobles, there's not much we can do with them. Stability is now at 66.43, which makes me fairly happy. So yeah, on that note, I'm gonna end this episode, and I'll see you in the next one.